It's your boy Online Davo, and we back with another video. Look, we got a video about the amazing Lucas. I destroyed the HodgeTwins on their own show. Now they're refusing to release it. Nah, I gotta see this. When I read this title, I was like, hold up. Let me lock in. Come on, man. This is crazy.
Bruh.
No way.
Oh my goodness. So many of you may not be aware, but I did a podcast with the HodgeTwins about a few days ago, okay? And
Really?
it got pretty heated because they got exposed, right? I made them look like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I made them look like the Sambo soldiers that they are. Now, for some reason, people keep on underestimating me.
Okay.
I count 2 guns, nigga.
And they hit me up. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about? He's like, okay, we're gonna be talking about this. Let's get a date.
Okay.
I'm like, bet, right? I'm in LA,
Okay.
they in Vegas. So I spend time, I spend money to come to this podcast. There's me.
Damn, they at least reimburse a nigga? All out of pocket?
The HodgeTwins, this other black guy, another black guy, and then this Arab, right? The Palestinian. And we're going back and forth. And eventually it's looking bad for them. Now, in my experience, whenever it's looking bad, you usually have someone who tries to come in and, save the video. We've seen this before when, it's like, what's his name? Sam Teeter versus Steven Crowder. And, right, they were rushing when they saw it was Sam Teeter. People were rushing.
Oh, there he is. Oh, no, Sam Teeter. What a nightmare.
Surprise, nigga.
I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave. Remember I told you?
So they're getting blasted because I'm bringing up data. I'm bringing up facts. They clearly don't understand per capita versus raw numbers.
Yeah, them niggas love saying per capita, bro. Per capita. It's like, is niggas dying? Yes or no? Okay.
Rondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Because I ask them, hey, can you give me a stat for black people? And they're like, 1350, 13%. I'm like, okay, watch this. Can you give me a stat for white people?
Got him!
Well, if they
Hey, niggas, hey, bro. Once you hit someone with a stat about white people, bro, they be like, So all these black people stats, but you just glossed over your own. Like, there was no curiosity on what type of negative stuff your community did. You was only focused on what my community did. You ain't get no curiosity about that, huh? You ain't get inquisitive about your people. Okay.
commit 50% of crime, that means they must commit the other rest, right? Right? They didn't have anything, bro. I'm like, that's the point. That right there. So then I go off listing, hey, well, white men, when it comes to crime, when it comes to per capita, when it comes to larceny, when it comes to trafficking, right? Which is what we're dealing with Epstein. When it comes to vandalism, when it comes to embezzlement, when it comes to, right? I'm listing a whole bunch of crimes per capita that are white men. And they're getting upset. Oh, right, when it comes to bestiality, when it comes to, I'm like, oh, what's the bestiality? How many people is that, right? Doesn't matter. The point that I was making is that you're highlighting this one stat, right? And we're not even looking at the exonerations. We're not looking at the false imprisonments. We're not looking at, we're not.
Hey, anything to make black people look bad, bro. Fuck it. They will not learn nothing else just to act surprised when you tell them something about white people. Like, this is, bro.
looking at any of that. The point is they try and make us the face of crime. I'm like, yo, you looking at one crime. We look at a litany of things, right? And I go and tell them, well, you name me the black person that caused your interest rates to go up. You name me the black person that caused the depression. You name me the black person that caused the recession. You name me a black person that caused your house to be deflated in value. You name me the black person that did that. Then I get them, I'm like, yo, you tell me, because they're just really like losing it. But they get enslaved, bro. They get enslaved. That's what's happening, bro. And this is light work for me, right? This is because both of them share a brain cell. Okay, they
Nah, share brain cells crazy as fuck. Nah.
Passing the brain cell back and forth so they can talk to me. that's what's going on. 'Cause I'm like I'm not even worried at all. So I asked him again, I'm like, yo, can you name me how black racism, because that's what they want to say, oh, everyone's racist. Okay, well, I was like, can you name me how black racism has negatively impacted white people as a whole?
Got him!
This
BLM. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh damn. I don't fuck, man. 1350. Like, bro, it's honest. It's so pathetic. It is actually pathetic. Like, these people walk around with these talking points and like just trying to. It's so weird. Like, it's weird. I don't get it.
mofo brings up, well, what about what about this story with the white girl and everything? I'm like, that's anecdotal. This mofo doesn't know what anecdotal means. as God is my witness, bro. I'm talking to actual retards, and that's why I tell them. I was like, this is borderline mental retardation. This mofo doesn't know what per capita means. This other mofo doesn't know what anecdotal means. He's like, I'm telling you, this is proof. I'm like, that's anecdotal, fam. I'm talking about as a whole. He's like, oh, you just see race. And I'm like, what do you mean I just see race? This country was founded off of race.
What the fuck?
Right? We look at the 1790 Naturalization Act. Y'all know what that is? No. I'm like, that's what they're spamming right now. How is white men of good stock, right?
Bro, this country foundation is race, bro. Is racist. It's racism. Like, that's this whole country's foundation. And people act like that's a crazy thing to say. Like, it's true. That's what this country's built off of. Built off of black people being enslaved. Free labor. Nigga. You will get rich. You will get very wealthy if you own a business and you're using slaves to do everything. You're not paying them shit. You too will become the most successful business in the world.
Good moral character. It wasn't until 1860 or whatever, that birthright citizenship came involved. And I'm like, yo, if they had not just been racist, if they had just paused on their racism, we wouldn't have to worry about all the immigrants and everything that's happening. They all said black Americans who are descendants from chattel slaves are now considered citizens, so be it. But that's not what they did, right? They said, well, anyone born here can be a citizen. And you see how Trump is trying to say exactly what they meant it for as, hey, this wasn't supposed to be for everyone, it was supposed to be for them. That's the point that I was making. They didn't like that. Then they're trying to tell me, oh, you just dealing in the past, right? Because of racism. So I'm like, okay, right. You're trying to act like the past doesn't.
It just up and vanished. It just up and left one day. One day, everyone decided to, like, yo, you know what? Like, we're just gonna stop being racist. Like, black people are actually not that bad. You thought niggas just did that? That's what I don't get. People like racism don't exist. To who? To who? Just like someone you know who has never been a part of something, you know, someone did something racist to them. There's someone else who has a million stories. So it's like, nah, bro.
Have an impact on the present or the future, and these dingleberries told me no. Now, I did a whole live stream of this after, because I was blown away by the stupidity. Because I said this, I'm dealing with the sea of stupidity. That's what I said. Now, I want you to understand, while I'm giving them this work, we have the Palestinian, the pale white Palestinian who's interjecting, right? Trying to say, well, that's not true. That's not true. Oh, what about white people? Oh, it's white people bad, huh? White people. I'm like, who is this? So throughout the interview, I'm telling him, have him have a seat. Tell him to have a seat. So he keeps on interjecting.
Let's have a conversation. Come on.
He's like, you don't want any of that. I was like, no, I do. I do want some of that, bruh. Tell him to have a seat. Because he keeps on peanut gallery, right? Oh, that's not true. Oh, this and that. Oh, what study is that? And I'm like, whose man is this? And he's doing this throughout the interview, right? Throughout the interview. It's literally 3 versus 1, but every single time I address him and his peanut gallery, they get on me. Hey, it's not, he's not in this. I'm like, is this how y'all conduct the interview? Does he interject like this? And they're like, yeah, sometimes. I'm like, as frequent though? They're like, yeah, right. Now, we know, as I said before, the only time someone interjects is if you losing the.
That's because it's helping them. That's why they like, sometimes he interjects, because it's going to help them. That's just like you playing basketball and it's a close call, and then a nigga like, did you hit it? You like, shit, I don't know. It was kind of close. Like, you know you touched it. Like, come on, bruh.
Fight. If you lose in a fight, that's when somebody comes in and tries to. That's what he's doing because they're getting blown out. So I'm trying to ignore him. But the first time, he was like, "Oh, we're all N-words, right? To the Jews." And I heard that. I'm like, "What the f did you say, right?" And I get it. I'm not allowing someone to just say the hard R, right, in my presence. Now, no one else responded to it. The two black men that were sitting down didn't respond to it. They didn't. The twins didn't respond to it. I'm the only one. So I'm in a room full of Sambo soldiers, bruh.
Solo dolo.
And they have this Palestinian.
Nigga outnumbered. That nigga like, fuck, I gotta assess the situation. These brothers not on my side.
Talks about how he fled Palestine because of what was going on and now he's with his family. Right? He said to the Jews, we're all N-word. I'm like, you don't say that, right? I don't want to hear that word come out of your mouth, bro. And you have this black man, he's been on videos with the twins before. You have him trying to say, hold on. Because I said, I'll smack I told him, I smacked
the hard R? What? In what world is the hard R an appropriate, like, well, all what? Nah, come on. What? How? No, there's no way you can excuse the hard R. There's no way you can excuse that, bruh. There's no pathway in which in the final destination is someone being like, oh, okay, that makes sense. There's no way. There's no way.
The dog ish out of him. I let him know that you don't do that or there's going to be a physical repercussion, essentially. Now, the HodgeTwins were like, no, you're not. I was like, listen, you want to bet? I was like, I bet you. I told them, I was like, hey, there's no one in this room that's going to be able to stop me from putting hands on him. No one. And they're like, that's not true. I'll be able to stop you. And I was like, okay, let's count to 5 and test that, right? You want to count to 5? That's what I told them.
You pressing them.
I count 2 guns, nigga.
I was like, let's count to 5. That's when the black dude starts. You're like, everybody calm down. Calm down now. Calm down. Now, Lucas, he wasn't calling you that. It was the context. I said, I don't give a F about the context. I don't want to hear the N-word coming from this non-melanated, non-black person. I don't want to hear them. Okay? It's simple as that. So we're getting into it. We go back to the podcast, right? We're going back to the interview. And I tell him, I was like, because it's Keith and I forgot the other one, because I forgot their names. I don't know their freaking names. I don't care. I don't watch their show. And that's why I started off the podcast saying, they're like, so do you watch our show? I was like, no, I don't watch your show. Like, I don't know. Because they were asking, well, what do you think is the difference between us and you, right? Because they were trying, I think it was Kevin, he was trying to pronounce differentiation and he couldn't pronounce it. He was like, what's the differentiation? I was like, well.
Hey, I gotta see the video, bro. Hey, I gotta see the video. I gotta see this shit, bro. If none of this is true, my thing is this, right? He's saying all this is recorded. Remember, he's saying all this is recorded. So if it isn't true, them niggas should just drop the video, just drop the interview, and just expose that nigga. That's all I've done. If none of this is true, I would have simply just dropped the video. That's all I'm gonna say. I gotta see this. This sounds crazy. What?
Well, one is that I can pronounce differentiation. That's one that separates us, okay, first off. But going back to the past impacts the present and the future. I was like, Keith, that's the other one, Keith. I was like, do you fly? He was like, yes. I was like, do you do TSA? He was like, yes. I was like, where do you think that came from? That came from 9/11. Right. And they were like, what does 9/11 have to do with anything? I was like, 9/11, right?
There's no way.
Right? The reason for that is what caused the Patriot Act. Okay, that's why we have the TSA. He was like, that's how it impacts your life. This man looked at me and said, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, do you not go through TSA? He was like, no, I go through TSA.
Aren't you Patrick Star?
Nope. Bro, I gotta see this. No, there's no way a nigga can't comprehend this. There's no way. There's no way. I gotta see this.
Do you have to go through the scan and they take off your shoes and stuff? He's like, yeah.
And this is your ID.
Yep.
Then it impacts your life. He's like, no, it doesn't. I still get to fly.
Then take it.
Nigga.
It's not my wallet.
And that's when I was like, okay, This is borderline retardation. You're telling me because you get to fly, TSA doesn't impact your life.
Yeah,
it's
like what?
It obviously does impact your life. What are you talking about?
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
I was just awestruck by the level of stupidity that was on display.
But it was like, I'm actually surrounded by idiots. He was actually like, yo, like, you actually, okay. It's one of those situations like, oh, damn, like, you're actually, okay, got it.
And it came to racism, right? Because I brought up the study where it talks about, hey, there's a father in the household, that, there's a mother in the household, they live in an affluent neighborhood, right? They're, good income, that one of the factors that will determine if the child will go to prison, okay, is the racial bias of the people around them, racial bias of the white people around them. They lose it. Oh, I don't believe you. I don't believe that. I'm like, you can look it up. What are you talking about? Then this fool starts interjecting whatever. I was like, why don't you shut the F up?
I'm gonna need to look. Damn. Damn. I'm gonna need to look that up. That sounds crazy.
Like, that's what you need to do. Shut the F up. So he says something like blah, 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 F and N word.
What did you say, nigga?
What?
I'm like, that's when I get up. That's when I get up. I said, what the F did you say? I said, what the F did you say? The HodgeTwins get up.
I need to
They're
see
like,
this.
hey, why are you going towards him, man? Why you getting in his face? I was like, I'm not getting in his face. I'm asking him a question. I said, I'm asking him, hey, what the F did you say? So now I got the HodgeTwins in front of me,
get
right?
Clarification.
The dynamic is insane. I got two black men, right, in front of me protecting a pale Arab Palestinian who had just called me a hard R. Because before, he was trying to say, well, I meant it in the context that we're all, N-words. This time, he was using it to disparage me, right, as a pejorative.
Yeah, he gave him the pass. He gave him the pass the first time. You was like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? You gave him a pass. Okay, I can understand that. You want to give a nigga some flack. Yeah, the second time, and you saying it towards me, like to me, nigga, what? I need that, bro. I need that. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
And he was trying to say, why are you getting so upset? Why are you getting so upset? This is what the Arab guy is saying to me,
Fuck
right?
you
Because I
mean?
got the HodgeTwins right here.
He probably confused. He probably say that to them. He probably be joking around with them, calling each other that. He like, shit. I thought all black people was guilty because these black people guilty. No, bro, that's not how it go.
A barrier. I don't give. Now, if I really wanted this stuff to pop off, that wouldn't matter to me. But I'm like, why don't you? I was like, stand on 10, be a man, say what you said. Didn't you say it? He was like, yeah, I said it. And that's when the HodgeTwins was like, it's just a word. And then, then we get into the conversation about it's just a word. He's like, you can't allow that word to impact you. I was like, what do you mean I can't allow that word to impact you? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's the whole
crazy.
point of freaking words, is that they have meanings, right?
Yeah.
If I'm getting upset by the words he's using, that doesn't mean that it's it's controlling me. That means I understand. That means he is trying to communicate to me, and I understand what he is trying to communicate. That's the same thing when y'all talk about what is a man, what is a woman, right? You can't just say, oh, it's just words. And
Words have purpose. Words get people killed. So obviously they got some type of impact. They get niggas killed. So think about that.
then be like, well, a man is this and a woman is that. This fool Keith is like, well, that's not true. That's a different thing. He's like, you try to conflate things. You try to conflate the past with the present. You just like destiny. That's what you like. Bro, Bro, it was crazy. It was crazy. Long story short, they got embarrassed, bro. That's what happened. They got embarrassed. I get that's what happens. Because I get Keith, or is it Kevin? I get Kevin. Kevin's like, I was like, what are you talking about? What, that word. That word is disparaging. If you know the history of that word, you know where that word come from? You know what that means? He was like, you know what? I was like, why don't you care? You should care, right? He's like, he's talking ill about black people. That's when Keith, no, not Keith, because Keith was on this side, Kevin. That's when Kevin comes out and says, I don't care about black people. I was like, there we go. There we go.
He said, all right.
Glad you said it. I'm glad we got.
I mean, niggas knew. Just based off the content they was doing, niggas knew they didn't give a fuck about black people, bro. Like if you niggas always feel like they gotta say something negative about black people. You can stay neutral or you can say positive shit. Right? But you actively choose to talk down on black people, you're weird. You are weird.
I thought on camera. He straight up said, I don't care about black people. And then he was like, and then he heard what he said. And then he was like, wait, let me clarify. Let me clarify. I don't care about any race. Right? We're all just people. We're all just.
Niggas love saying that.
All right. Mm-hmm. Right? Nothing to say because you already exposed yourself. These are 50-year-old, out of shape men.
50?
With families. They got kids and everything. And this fool's talking about he doesn't care about black people. I only care about myself.
Crazy.
That's what they're telling me.
I miss you like a hog miss fly.
I'm like, well, there you go. That's the problem. And he was like, well, if you don't like the country, why don't you go to Africa? I'm like, why don't I go to Africa? Because that's what the Arab said. The Arab told me
nigga, this my country. Bro, why do you niggas say that? Nigga, this is my country. This my shit. I'm staying exactly where I'm at, bro. I ain't going nowhere, nigga. My people ain't die on this land for nothing. Nigga, I'm standing here. What the fuck you talking about? Go back to my what? This my shit.
Who said that to me, fam?
Hey, just because them white people convinced you that you just, you know what I'm saying, you don't belong here, don't mean they convinced me. Nigga, this is where I'm at. Fuck you talking about?
Do you understand how much of a mind dazzle that was to hear a Palestinian who had just fled, right, tell me after criticizing what's going on in this country and tell me, hey, why don't you go to Africa? Then you had right? Keith tell me, why don't you go to Africa? Okay, since we was kings and everything. I was like, why are y'all saying that?
No, that's crazy. Hey, I know bro was having a mind fuck like, yo, what? He was like, ain't no way this is my life right now. I know bro was like, yo.
Like that, right? I was like, why'd you say it like that? Are you aware of the history of Africa? Huh? Were there not kings in Africa? And he was like, I don't care about Africa. I don't know anything about Africa. I was like, then why are you talking? Why you have Africa in your mouth if you don't know anything about Africa, huh?
Oh, shit.
Why are you disparaging Africa? Because he was like, if you don't like it here, if it's so bad here, then go to Africa. I was like, what do you mean? What does that mean? What are you talking about? It's just, it was insane, man. It was absolutely insane. And it got to the point where I was telling them, I was like, if you don't know anything about Africa, why are you bringing up Africa as if it's a bad thing? Furthermore, that mindset of just go to Africa, we wouldn't have this country if we had the same mindset that you two Sambo soldiers have. If we had the mindset of you don't like it, then leave, think about that. What if somebody told the Americans, the settlers, hey, when it came to the British, when it came to no representation, taxation without representation? What happened if somebody said what y'all said, hey, if you don't like it, just leave, okay? Just leave, man, what's the issue? I was like, no, what did they do? They threw that tea into the water, right?
Right.
They fought. They bled and fought for this. Because no, it was not about, hey, if you don't like it, then leave. We wouldn't have gotten as far as civil rights. We wouldn't have gotten affirmative action. We wouldn't have gotten the right to vote. And I started listing off all the laws. And they silent. They just...
That's crazy, bro. How much work we put in for niggas. They don't show no appreciation. You put all this work in. Bro, this country is ungrateful. This is an ungrateful ass country, bro. All this shit black people done did for this fucking country. And niggas look at us like we the bad guys. Like, damn. This is an ungrateful country, bro. A lot of ungrateful people. A lot of people don't appreciate what black people have done and all the things that we literally died for that they are benefiting from. They don't understand it, and they don't want to understand it, because it takes too much critical thinking skills, or it's going to force them to address their built-in racism. So
I'm just exposing their ignorance. So anyways, it ends. We take a picture. I'm like, I'm not smiling, bro. Because the Palestinian dude, he wanted me to smile in the picture because they have like this wall of pictures that they have and everything. I'm like, I'm not smiling. All right. I'm like, the optics of me smiling right here is horrible. I'm not doing that. So he's like, let's do another one. So I give him a little smirk. I'm like, he's like, okay, he smirked. But I'm not going to smile, bro. What are we talking about, bro? Right. And they get upset because I was like, you guys, you have a comprehension problem. So Keith starts getting upset. Man, you done said I have a comprehension problem. You call me stupid. what I should have said is like, what are you getting so upset? I thought they were just words.
Ooh,
That's what I should have said. But
that nigga said, I know he's like, fuck, I should have said that shit. And that's how it be. Once you get in an altercation, then you think back like, damn, I should have said this. Like, I should have said that. Fuck.
I blanked at the time. But yeah, I was like, you have a comprehension problem. You guys have a comprehension problem. It just is what it is. It's not my fault. And he was like, oh, see, you can't say anything to him because he thinks he knows everything. I'm like, no, you guys are just wrong consistently. It's not my fault. If you say 1 plus...
But that nigga Luke is an asshole, man. This nigga's an asshole. It's funny though.
1 is 4, and I say, no, that's wrong, okay? And I say it's 2, and you say then 4 plus 4 is 16, I say, no, that's wrong. And then you say 6 plus 6 is 37, I say, no, that's wrong. That's not me thinking I'm right. That's you just being consistently wrong, because you're dumb. Damn. So that's what it all revolved around, right? And they're trying to tell me, oh, you should get your message out differently. It's the way you say things. I'm like, I don't give a F about how I say things. I say things the way I say things. Right. Don't you guys say things the way you say things? Doesn't Candace and everyone else say things the way they say things? I'm not gonna, make my message or water down my message to make it more palatable for the masses, because it's not meant for the masses. And now that person who...
It's meant for the niggas that get it. If you get it, you get it, bro. If you rocking with it, you rocking with it. If us telling you that this country is still being ran by white supremacy, if that makes you uncomfortable, then I mean you got some learning you got to do. Straight up. Because it's the truth. You know what I mean? Everybody want to live in the truth until it goes against their beliefs, right? It's crazy how that works.
Likes me, they can then deliver the message in a different manner to their audience or to their social circle, and so be it. But I'm not toning down my rhetoric because you upset by it. That had nothing to do with me. Anyways, long story short, that was the gist of the interview we had. They got dog walked, bro. That's what happened. Okay, I don't know what they were expecting. I really don't know, but. Listen, 2 of them versus me, it still wasn't a fair fight, because both of them make up like a half of a man, okay? Both of them make up like a half of a brain, bro. And I'm being generous with a half, because it's probably like a quarter. But I don't think they understand the difference between a quarter or a half or a whole. But that's besides the point. Going to the point in this video, the reason why I give you that recap is because allegedly, right, the person who I've been in contact with, I believe is the same Arab guy. He told me that upon me leaving, they kicked him out and fired him.
When is the interview going to be aired? Hey, the twins kicked me out the studio that night right after you left. Yesterday, they called me and fired me. They're not uploading the episode. Damn. Is this really true? Nah, they fired that nigga because they got cooked? Allegedly. And
they don't plan on releasing the episode. They don't plan on releasing the interview. And that's really irritating. Damn, so I just want to let you all know, okay, I have the pictures to prove that I was there. You know, I have the emails, I have all that. But I did do the interview. I did fairly well. If I do say so myself, I held my own, okay? I held my own. But he said that they don't plan on releasing the interview. I think that's BS. Damn. Okay, I think that's a hot pile of garbage. I'm hoping that this is a troll. That's what I'm hoping. I'm glad that fool got fired because he's racist. Right. Simple as that. Yeah, like, what are we talking about? The fact that 2 black men hired a racist is insane. Crazy. An undercover racist is crazy. But nevertheless,
that's crazy, right? These niggas don't be racist until they get an argument with you. They don't say slurs. They respect the black culture. They appreciate all our legends, everything we contribute to society. They are standing with us until they get a little too mad, and then they start showing how they really feel. That's how you know how a person really feel about you. When you're in an argument or you're at a disagreement, because what you say while you're angry is usually what you meant to say. So
that's what he relayed to me. I DM'd the HodgeTwins on Twitter. I was like, yo, where's the podcast? I got little, clips and pieces on my phone, but I don't have the full thing. When are you going to release it? So they haven't responded. Okay. I'm waiting for a response. So I just want to be transparent because I know many of y'all were like, Where's the interview, Louis? We want to see the interview. I should have brought my own recording gear and everything, but like I told y'all before, I was like, this is, I wasn't really concerned about this. To be honest, it was very much, relaxing, because they try to tell me, oh, I thought this was a waste of our time. I was like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So that's where we're at right now. That's where they have the footage. Okay, I don't have the footage. If they want to release it, which I think they should, because I didn't get reimbursed for anything. They didn't reimburse me for anything. They didn't even give me an Uber, fam. Much less for the flight or none of that.
Damn. Nigga went on his own dime and he still ain't get the interview? What?
So the least that they can do is release the interview. And I mean the unedited, raw interview. Because I don't lie. I have no reason to lie in situations like this. I tell like it is, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there and let y'all know where the interview is, what's the holdup, what's going on, just to be transparent with you guys. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys...
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I feel like, man, because, you want to see proof, right? So the only way this could be proven to not be true, this whole situation that he told us could not be true, is if they release the interview. So it's like the longer they wait, the more it's like, damn, that nigga ain't lying. He must have really did that shit because they not releasing the interview. So, damn, but at this point, they probably know if they release that interview, their career is probably cooked. I think that's a tough one. If everything he says is true and they release that interview, no one's gonna respect them. Not even the raccoons. Not even the dumbest of the white supremacy. They're not gonna respect that nigga. So that's crazy, bro. I'm gonna be on the lookout for it because I'm a nosy nigga and I'm trying to see. But that's all I'm going. Peace.